Have you ever wondered why the unknown, the unseen, and the unexplored terrify us so much? It's an intriguing question, isn't it? One that leads us straight to the heart of our topic today, the Backrooms Levels. These eerie spaces have gripped the imaginations of countless horror enthusiasts. The idea, born on the internet, has grown into a phenomenon that has caught the attention of the horror community worldwide. It's a concept that plays on our deepest fears and exploits our inherent dread of the unfamiliar. Now you might ask, what are the Backrooms Levels? Picture this: an endless maze of rooms, each identical to the last, stretching out into infinity. The monotony is broken only by the unnerving realization that something is not quite right. This is the basic premise of the Backrooms Levels. It's a labyrinth that doesn't abide by the rules of our reality, a place where the mundane becomes unsettling and the seemingly ordinary turns sinister. The Backrooms Levels are ranked based on their creepiness. With each level, the sense of unease intensifies. The rooms morph, becoming progressively more disturbing. The lighting dims, the air grows heavy, and an eerie silence sets in. The further you venture, the more the backrooms twist and contort, until they become a grotesque parody of the familiar. And yet, despite the escalating dread, there's a strange allure to the backrooms. A morbid curiosity that draws you deeper into the labyrinth. It's a place that teeters on the edge of our understanding, defying explanation and challenging our perceptions of the world as we know it. The Backrooms Levels have become a staple of internet horror lore, a testament to our fascination with the unexplored and the unknown. It's a concept that resonates with our innate fear of the unfamiliar, tapping into our primal instincts and forcing us to confront the unsettling reality of the unseen. As we delve into the depths of the backrooms, one must ask, what truly makes a place creepy? Is it the unfamiliarity, the uncertainty, or is it the eerie silence that echoes through the endless halls? A chilling reminder of our solitude in this sprawling labyrinth of the unknown. Starting our journey, we find ourselves in Level 0, a place that seems familiar, yet oddly discomforting. It's as if you've stumbled into the back offices of a building you've never been to, yet somehow, inexplicably, it feels like home. Imagine a monotonous expanse of what seems to be an endless office space, a labyrinth of rooms filled with dull yellowish light and worn-out wallpaper. The hum of fluorescent bulbs echoes in the silence, painting an eerie picture of desolation. This is Level 0, where the mundane and the unsettling walk hand in hand. There is an omnipresent sense of dread that permeates the air, a feeling of being watched, even though you're alone. The silence here is so profound that you could hear a pin drop, yet it's broken by the distant muffled sounds that are hard to identify. It's as if the very walls are whispering, telling tales of those who've tread these lonely corridors before you. The seemingly ordinary appearance of Level 0 is what makes it so unnerving. It's the uncanny valley of the backrooms where everything appears normal, but something is just off. The rooms are empty, devoid of life, yet they seem to breathe with an energy that's both intriguing and terrifying. The feeling of isolation here is not like being alone on a deserted island, but more akin to being lost in a crowd of faceless strangers. A place where you're alone, yet never truly alone. The sense of being watched, the whispers in the walls, the oppressive silence. It all contributes to a feeling of unease that's hard to shake off. It's a false comfort, a deceptive calm that tricks you into letting your guard down. And just when you start to feel familiar with your surroundings, that's when things begin to change. The rooms shift, the walls move. Suddenly, the path you've been following is no longer there, replaced by a new set of rooms, a new maze to navigate. It's a place that keeps you on your toes, a place that never lets you get too comfortable. Level 0 is just the beginning, a deceptive calm before the ensuing storm. Moving on, we enter Level 1, where the true sense of unease begins. As we transition from the seemingly mundane into the surreal, we can't help but be gripped by an uncanny sensation. This is not the familiar world we once knew. This is Level 1, a realm where the lines between reality and the unimaginable blur, where the ordinary transforms into the extraordinary, into the unsettling. Imagine stepping into a world where the laws of physics are merely suggestions. You're surrounded by walls that stretch and warp in ways that defy understanding. The floor beneath your feet is no longer solid, but an undulating sea of monotonous beige carpet, shifting and bending in a way that sends shivers down your spine. The ceiling, once a comforting constant, now looms overhead, fluctuating in height, sometimes oppressively low, sometimes impossibly far away. The air is different here too. It's heavier, suffused with a sense of dread that curdles the blood and sets the heartbeat racing. The stifling silence is punctuated by distant echoes, sounds that are not quite human, not quite animal. The soft hum of fluorescent lights is now a dissonant symphony, a haunting melody that plays on an endless loop, a soundtrack to the growing terror that gnaws at your sanity. And the light, oh, the light! It's a sickly yellow, casting long, grotesque shadows that seem to dance and writhe with a life of their own. It's a light that doesn't illuminate, but distorts and disorients, making the familiar alien and the benign malevolent. The very fabric of reality is twisted and torn in level 1, creating a disquieting dreamscape that's more nightmare than dream. It is a place that gnaws at your sense of security, that makes you question your sanity, your reality. It is a place that traps you within its labyrinthine embrace, a place that refuses to let go. Level 1 marks the point of no return, where the labyrinth truly begins to show its teeth. As we delve deeper into Level 2, the eeriness intensifies. The gentle creepiness of Level 1 gives way to a more profound disquiet. The homeliness of the wallpapered corridors is replaced by stark, monotonous concrete. The fluorescent lights flicker more erratically, casting long, dancing shadows that seem to take a life of their own. The hum of the lights is now a low growl, a constant reminder of the isolation that gnaws at the edges of your sanity. The dimensions of Level 2 seem to defy logic. Corridors twist and turn upon themselves, rooms expand and contract with no discernible pattern, and staircases lead to nowhere. The illusion of familiarity is shattered. This is not a place that was meant for human habitation. And then there's the solitude. The silence is deafening, broken only by the intermittent buzzing of the lights and the echo of your own footsteps. It's a silence that swallows you, that makes you question your own existence. Are you the only living being in this maze? Or are there others, just as lost and afraid, wandering through this concrete labyrinth? The horror of Level 2 is not in the grotesque or the overtly terrifying. No, it's in the subtle, the insidious. It's the creeping realization that you are utterly alone, trapped in an endless maze that defies all understanding. It's the slow gnawing at your sanity as you navigate through the seemingly infinite corridors, the chill that runs down your spine as you hear a distant sound that you can't quite identify. The psychological impact is immense. The isolation, the strange phenomena, the unending maze, it all chips away at your sanity. The human mind is not built for such relentless uncertainty and isolation. It's a place where reality is distorted, where your fears are magnified, and where the familiar is twisted into something deeply unsettling. In Level 2, the labyrinth reveals its true form, a place of pure, unadulterated horror. It's a place that tests the limits of your sanity, that challenges your understanding of reality. It's a place that, once entered, is almost impossible to leave. Levels 3 to 5 represent a descent into madness, a journey into the heart of fear itself. As we delve deeper into the backrooms, we encounter a growing sense of unease. These levels 3 to 5 are not for the faint-hearted. They serve as a chilling reminder of the truly alien nature of this place, a realm outside the bounds of ordinary reality. Level 3 is a maze of endless decaying corridors, filled with an oppressive silence broken only by the distant echoes of your own footsteps. The air is heavy with an unidentifiable musty smell, as if the very walls are rotting away. This level toys with your sense of direction, turning what once was familiar into a whirlwind of disorientation. Level 4 is where the true horror begins. Here, the rooms and corridors are not just decaying but actively changing. The walls seem to breathe, the floor pulsates beneath your feet, and the ceilings drip with an unknown liquid. This level plays tricks on your senses, warping your perception. The line between the real and the unreal blurs, and you start questioning your own existence. Finally, level 5 is the epitome of terror. This level is shrouded in an impenetrable darkness that swallows all light. The sounds here are not of this world: guttural whispers, distant shrieks, and a constant low hum that seems to resonate from the very core of this level. It's a place where your worst fears come to life, where the darkness is not just a lack of light, but a physical entity that swallows you whole. The psychological impact of these levels is profound. The constant state of fear and uncertainty erodes your sanity, leaving you a shell of your former self. The mind, in its desperate attempt to comprehend the incomprehensible, begins to fracture, leading to paranoia, hallucinations, and ultimately, a complete breakdown. These levels represent the ultimate test of sanity, a challenge few can withstand. At last, we reach the final level, the apex of horror. This is it, the ultimate level of terror, the culmination of all things horrific. In the grand hierarchy of fear, it stands alone, a titan of terror, the supreme ruler of the realm of dread. The final level is not just a place, it's an experience, an ordeal that is as much psychological as it is physical. Imagine, if you will, being trapped in an endless, ever-changing labyrinth of despair. Each corridor, each room, each turn is a new nightmare, a fresh horror. The walls seem to breathe, to pulsate with a malevolent life of their own. The air is thick with an indefinable dread, a sense of impending doom that is palpable, almost tangible. The silence is deafening, broken only by your own frantic heartbeat and the distant, muffled echoes of unidentifiable sounds that seem to come from everywhere and nowhere at once. As you traverse this hellscape, you realize that the terror isn't just in the physical surroundings, it's in the isolation, the utter loneliness. It's in the knowledge that there is no escape, no end. It's in the realization that this place is not just a location, but a state of mind, a manifestation of your deepest, darkest fears. In this final level, fear is not just an emotion, it's a constant companion, a relentless tormentor. It gnaws at your sanity, it claws at your soul. It's a beast that feeds on your terror, growing stronger with each passing moment. It's a predator, and you are its prey. This is the apex of horror, a place where fear is not just a feeling, but a way of life. It's a place where hope is a forgotten memory, where despair is the only constant. It's a place where every moment is an eternity, every breath a struggle, every step a battle. The final level is the epitome of horror, a place where all hope is lost. Having journeyed through the Backrooms Levels, we now stand on the other side, forever changed. Each level is a labyrinth of its own, a maze of monotony and malaise that instills a sense of dread and discomfort. From the false comfort of the initial layer to the disturbing transition and the eeriness that intensifies, each level is a step deeper into a world that defies logic and understanding. The false comfort lures you in with an illusion of the familiar, only to leave you stranded in an endless expanse of sameness. The disturbing transition then shatters this illusion, replacing the monotony with an unsettling change. The eeriness intensifies as the transition continues, the environment morphing into something far removed from the mundane world we know. The descent into madness is perhaps the most chilling of all, a level that preys on the mind, pushing the boundaries of fear and sanity. And the apex of horror, the final level, is the culmination of all that has come before, a terrifying crescendo of fear and despair. For horror fans, the allure of the Backrooms Levels is undeniable. The levels play on common fears of getting lost, of being alone, of the unknown. They tap into our primal fear of the dark, of what lurks just beyond the edge of our vision. They are a testament to the power of the imagination, to the ability of the mind to create worlds that terrify yet fascinate us. The Backrooms Levels are a journey into the heart of horror, a trip down a rabbit hole of dread and despair. They are a reminder of the power of fear, of the thrill that comes from stepping into the unknown, of the allure of the things that go bump in the night. In the realm of horror, the Backrooms Levels stand as a testament to our fascination with the unknown, the unexplored, and the utterly terrifying. Please like and subscribe. It only takes you a second but helps us out a lot.